jam in the middle of I-295 that encircles the city of Jacksonville in northeast Florida. There's a good look at TIAA Bank Field. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
On the double. X3. 2-8-3, stop. Hey, hang on.
Lawrence looking to pass on the first play. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Well, these two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, Week 7. And it was the visiting Jaguars who won that ball game, so they'll look to make it a clean sweep here at home in Jacksonville.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On first down, Lawrence. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The Jaguars at 11-5 on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. In motion goes the tight end.
Hey, exit. Hey, exit.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans.
At their own 11.
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Mills now. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. Well, this defense for the Jags, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
He's got Jordan complete right side. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10, it's Pierce.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. following the pickup of 4. Here's 2nd and 6.
Play fake. Mills.
And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play to just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
A first down throw for Mills. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of right around 35 yards on a play that started back inside their 10.
When they needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
On 1st and 10.
And oh, he coughed it up.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence.
Buying time to his left.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there. And he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Hey, Charlie, look at me. Get up. Hey, Delta.
Now Lawrence. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47.
Lawrence looking for the out route here, and it's completed to Kirk.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the 1st quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
But to throw again is Lawrence.
Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man.
So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around. And we know they'll be here before you know it.
Running out of the gun with ETN.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
We're scoreless after one. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football. As they come up now, 2nd and goal.
Hey, rock it, rock it.
One more time with Etienne. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think the 2nd...
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jags post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. And now it's blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, but the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Now Mills. Open man is Jordan, the tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Here's Pierce on the counter. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. To throw, Mills. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 32-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Pierce takes it straight ahead. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Throwing, Mills. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. 3rd and short yardage, Mills. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Amari Cooper, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are an extra point away now from moving out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick, because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. From the 27, Lawrence. He'll get that underneath Etienne. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
On the ready.
Now Lawrence. That's caught by Ayuk on the slant.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Come on, set. Hey, you. Hey, go.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
This is caught. It's Kirk. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 36.
61, back. Hey, exit.
Again, it's Lawrence.
And he'll throw this one away. But I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Completes it to Evan Ingram.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, first down. Etienne up the middle.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
On 2nd down, Etienne once more.
And this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stopped him behind the line for the 2nd straight play. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
They go play action with Lawrence.
They'll roll him out right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
And his kick is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal, because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
Different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good, because remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a 1st down right out of the gate.
Mills on 1st down. This one left side caught by Collins.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. This is taken at the 18.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Here's Lawrence.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the 1st half. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return.
And the Texans will take over.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked up by Andre Cisco.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers, but instead they'll keep the possession on the INT.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now...
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, I mean, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this 1st half.
Final play of the half, Mills.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the 2nd half.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
On third down, here's Pierce.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
So right after the defense gets you the ball on a takeaway and a fumble recovery of their own, you've got to reward them, don't you? You've got to stay out on the field, give them a chance to rest, and how about doing it the way they did it, running the football and picking it up on third down.
Yeah, would not have wanted to go 3 and out. They avoid that right there.
Yeah, they avoided the glares as they went back to the bench, didn't they?
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
A run for Pierce out of the gun.
And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Looking to throw is Mills. Going across the field, he connects with Mechie.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 33. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
A first down throw for Mills. To Pierce, they set up the screen. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Mills.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans.
Brevin Jordan
from 17 yards out.
And the Texans have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is up to 5. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent is still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Hey, Delta.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Mills. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Shaquille Griffin with a catch. And the Jaguars will take over here just shy of the 30. And that's now a half-dozen interceptions for him over the last 2 games. Cassidy, remember, he threw 3 in the last ball game and now 3 more here.
And the way that you present it, partner, I'm not sure what sounds worse, right? Half a dozen over the last 2 games or 3 the last game, 3 this game. Either way, it's way too many. And that's something they'll have to work on, hoping to get through the rest of this game without having to address it again.
On 2nd down, here's Lawrence.
And his throw here's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they obviously read man coverage there, partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him think.
By that program.
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it up.
This is intercepted.
Picked off by Christian Harris. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. On 2nd and goal, Mills dancing. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Devin Lloyd, the one to get home and earn that sack.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
3rd and goal, Mills.
And this is caught at the 8. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
Mills to the sideline, and out now is Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal try.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more, but this is an excellent...
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Now Lawrence to throw.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with a short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Yeah. Look at me. Go.
Here's Lawrence to throw. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
He'll get this off to ETN.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Escaping the pressure right, and he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for them. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Working out of the gun, Mills.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The offense on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. Here it's 3rd and 3. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Derek Barnes drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a 1st down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
Now Lawrence on 1st down.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
It is certainly becoming rarer by the year to see your franchise guy take a hit like that. The defender couldn't believe he had a shot to light him up. So when you take off and run, you have to make sure you can slide, get out of bounds, anything. Just don't leave yourself open to hits like that.
Rock it.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
Steps away. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play.
Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence.
Desmond King picks him. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And the lead is up to 15 now.
Makes the score Texans 24, Jaguars 9.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. Brought down on the play by the linebacker, Christian Harris. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Lawrence will throw.
And that is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. He'll get that underneath Etienne. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. And a 2-score game, obviously. Every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. And he'll go again with Etienne. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. Man open, here is Jones. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for 1 here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here and you don't get it, that's deflation. Yeah. Now you're wondering why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all of their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand. Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it, Brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
60 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happier then.
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. Charles, for this losing side, their heads